In the day's other news, Democrats in the U.S. House of Representatives blocked a vote on censuring Congresswoman Maxine Waters. The California Democrat had said that if Derek Chauvin were acquitted in the death of George Floyd, then, quote, "we've got to get more confrontational." Republicans argued that she was inciting violence. Waters denied it. Latino lawmakers and community leaders in Chicago called today for a federal investigation of the police shooting death of Adam Toledo. A Chicago officer killed the 13-year-old last month after a chase in a dark alley. The Latino leaders also demanded an accelerated overhaul of policing.
The killing of Adam Toledo at the hands of the police brings to the forefront the pressing needs to address the Chicago Police Department enforcement policies and practices in the Latino community. We cannot leave it up to the police department to investigate itself and expect meaningful reforms.
Police body cam video appears to show the teenager dropping a gun and raising his hands a moment before the officer fired. COVID-19 infections set more records today. India had more than 200,000 new cases for a sixth straight day and 1,760 deaths. That is the most yet. Meanwhile, European regulators recommended that Johnson & Johnson's vaccine carry a warning label about extremely rare blood clots, but they said the vaccine's benefits far outweigh the risks. Carbon dioxide emissions are surging and the world economy recovers from the pandemic. The International Energy Agency, an intergovernmental group, predicts a 5% increase this year, approaching the peak levels of 2014. The group says demand for coal is driving the increase. In Russia, doctors for Alexei Navalny were barred from seeing him today at a prison hospital. The opposition leader is on a hunger strike, protesting officials' refusal to let his doctors treat him for various problems. His personal physician says she and others waited for hours outside the prison hospital about 100 miles east of Moscow.
We came and they said we would meet the head doctor at 2 p.m. I don't understand why we can't come in. The doctors have left Alexei Navalny, their patient, in grave condition in the intensive care unit. It's absurd.
Navalny did post to his Instagram account today. He said he looks like a skeleton, but is heartened by expressions of support. Rallies protesting his treatment are planned tomorrow across Russia. The president of Chad, Idris Deby, has died after more than 30 years in power. The Central African nation's military says he was wounded outside the capital as he visited troops who were battling rebels. Deby had just been declared the winner of a sixth term in office. A transitional council named his son interim president. Back in this country, the Biden administration is allowing an extra 22,000 seasonal workers into the U.S. this year. That's on top of the yearly limit of 66,000. The jobs are mainly in hotels and restaurants, among other sectors. And on Wall Street, banks and tech stocks pull the broader market lower. The Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 256 points to close at 33,821. The Nasdaq fell 128 points. The S&P 500 was down 28. Still to come on the NewsHour, efforts to make greener jet fuel take off amid the climate crisis. And Al Gore remembers the life and legacy of former Vice President Walter Mondale.
This is the PBS NewsHour from WETA Studios in Washington and in the West from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism at Arizona State University.